Welcome to Middlesex Moments, live from Middlesex Community College, located in Middletown, Connecticut. I'm your host, interim CEO, Kim Hogan. We are so excited to kick off a new season at Middlesex Moments. This is the 7th show, and my first as your host. Special thanks to former host Dr. Stephen Minkler for his personal expertise and creativity, as well as his dedication to the advancement of education and media, which has brought us together today. This series is produced together with the students in Professor Rich Lenoce's studio television production class. The class meets weekly on Friday mornings, but these students work diligently during the week to prepare for our broadcasts. Our students plan, film, and edit news stories, and they run all of the equipment that makes Middlesex Moments come together live from our studio on the beautiful Middletown campus. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you enjoy getting to know more about your college. Later in today's show, we'll meet Michelle Furman, Director of Workforce Development, and students that have completed workforce certificates, one in manufacturing and one in our CNA program, who is continuing on to become a patient care technician. These programs are designed in such a way that once they are completed, students are job ready. They'll learn more about this later in the show. First up, let's get started with our news segment that we call In the Loop. Last month, the Connecticut Open Educational Resources Coordinating Council released their 2022 legislative report, which names Middlesex Community College among the top 10 state colleges, with students enrolled in the OER state-funded program. According to the council's website, the program was implemented to strategically support Connecticut's higher education institutions' efforts to increase access, affordability, and achievement for students throughout the incorporation of open educational resources. The OER program provided cost savings to Middlesex students and continues to build with regard to course material access. The program offers greater diversity and inclusive content for materials within a range of disciplines and courses such as biology, college success, early childhood education, English, engineering, mathematics, sociology, and many, many others where appropriate. According to the survey, Middlesex had 2,433 enrollments in the 21-22 academic year, currently benefiting students for a total of $284,000 in savings. Wow. Our college continues to participate in the OER initiatives as one way to lower the cost of attending college for our students. Earlier this semester, the Center for Civic Engagement jump-started their year with a sock drive to benefit the patrons of the Meriden Soup Kitchen. Next up, we'll hear more from our student reporters about the drive.
We had an excellent sock drive. We got 114 pairs, so we collected over 3 weeks. Well, the sock drive came to be because of our partnership with Meriden Soup Kitchen. We were there for the Middlesex Day of Service in the fall, and I asked her what she needs, and she said everyone needs socks. As someone who is a privileged person who has socks in a home, that's just not something that I realize that people need. So that was such an easy thing for our school to just buy some pairs of socks to donate to the soup kitchen and hopefully really help some people.
If you look at statistics, socks are the #1 requested item by people who are homeless or struggling. Our mission as the Meriden Soup Kitchen is to feed people a lunch meal 5 days a week. However, I know that our clients need more than just food, so we do welcome and encourage some clothing, but socks, which are so easy, we are thrilled to receive, and we give out as people ask for them, or we just distribute them to our clients. There's no greater reward than giving back. Giving back helps make you a better person, and it really can bless your heart and your soul.
It's so much more than that. You get so much as a person just from, meeting new people, having these experiences, being out in society, are just really making an emotional connection with who we are and our humanity. We all have different strengths and weaknesses that we can give to others and help others with.
This is just one way that Middlesex gives back to our community. If you would like to learn more about our civic engagement opportunities, please visit our website at mxcc.edu/CFCE to make an impact today. Next up, we have part 1 of our legislative intern program segments. We have 7 students currently interning with legislators in Hartford. Let's hear what's happening in this program.
I would say my favorite part is just the networking opportunities, just all the varied people you meet, whether it's fellow interns, legislators, or just general staff within the LOB. I've already met a wide variety of people and started to make a lot of good connections that will hopefully be useful in the future. In my experience so far, pretty much everyone I've interacted with in the LOB is very excited to work with interns. So after my time at MxCC, I'm planning on transferring to get a bachelor's, such as environmental studies or environmental systems. And one avenue that I'm strongly interested in is potentially environmental policy. So I was definitely interested in getting a look into the legislative process and seeing how much that would relate to my own potential future career goals.
The legislative session only meets normally in the spring, so it's only offered every spring semester.
Almost everyone in the LOB is very friendly and very eager to work with interns. So between interns, you're definitely encouraged to be a little bit mindful of what you're discussing.
You're in those committee meetings and you're in that office and you may hear things, so you're supposed to be cognizant. And I think it's important for interns to understand that. It's not just, these are my politics. And some of them, it's all politics, and some of them, they genuinely care.
Wow, a lot goes into that legislative program for sure. I know I'm looking forward to part 2 of that segment. February is Black History Month, and our college held several events to celebrate. Our next segment takes a closer look at the different events.
Today we're here celebrating Black History Month, just celebrating the culture, showing love.
Today we got an event for Black History Month where everybody's welcome. We want everybody to feel comfortable. But it is like, you know, for blacks to show like the history of what they went through.
We are basically celebrating it by educating people and having a good time, showing them what we do within our culture.
So we have an event today which just kind of covers the different cultural foods. We had a game, gave out some Black history facts.
Whether it's sports, whether it's business, whether it's art, whether it's music, we have a poster for almost everything.
So we got music playing, we got food that you can eat. There was a PowerPoint just discussing the history of Black History Month. And after that, we're going to have an educational
Cahoots, so they like see what info they already know.
Well, we just wanted it to be more of like a party, like a celebration. If you guys know the line dances, you know, feel free to join in.
It shows awareness, and it also like brings out the diversity to see who's like all together. And even if they didn't know, now they know. So if they didn't feel comfortable, they feel more comfortable now.
The food was good, the music was good, the vibe was good. Everybody had a good time, and I just feel like if we can do stuff like this more often, it'll bring people together, and that's what we need in this community. That's what we need in the world.
A lot of people came and got food, and I was happy that people got to stay. They didn't just eat food and leave, because, you know, sometimes it's like that. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but people were actually interested in hearing what we had to say.
Today, I have seen so many different faces and so many different people from different cultures, whether they're white, whether they're Indian, whether they're Mexican, Chinese, Puerto Rican. It shows me that people do care and people do want change. And if we keep it up, change will happen.
I hope you've enjoyed these short stories highlighting some of the many great things happening at your community college. You are now what we say in the loop with what's happening at Middlesex Community College, the only public college located in Middlesex County. If you would like to read more about news at MxCC, please visit our website at mxcc.edu/news. After a short break, we'll be meeting Michelle Furman, Director of Workforce Development here at Middlesex Community College.
My classes at Middlesex Community College have been mostly online, though partially on campus. I've really enjoyed them. The teachers have been very accommodating to students. It's a safe place, it's a safe environment. They're making sure that everyone's wearing masks. It's been really nice to have the online experience as well as the on-ground experience. And chase your dreams, you know, don't let the pandemic stop you from wanting to do what you want to do, whether it be filmmaking or anything else.
Action.
So the reason I chose the Middlesex Veterinary Technology program was because of all the opportunities it had with Piper Olson Veterinary. There's no other place where you would have access to that. I would definitely recommend Middlesex to anybody who's interested in that career, because you're going to be 100% prepared to start your job. That is really empowering.
Welcome back to Middlesex Moments live from Middlesex Community College. I'm your host, Kim Hogan, and I'm joined today with MxCC Director of Workforce Development, Michelle Furman. Welcome, Michelle.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. So, Michelle, tell us what programs that you offer here at Middlesex Community College.
We have many programs in different fields at Middlesex. We have healthcare, we have CNA programs, phlebotomy programs, central sterile programs, pharmacy tech programs, and an animal handling and kennel care programs for animals, along with our veterinary assistant program.
Wow.
Yeah, we also have education programs for paraeducators. We have trade programs such as a manufacturing skill-up program, and we have our marine service program, which is new this spring. We also have businesses and real estate programs. We have a lot of different options to choose from in various lengths.
Wow, it sounds like we do have a lot.
We do.
Excellent. How long does it take to get a certificate or to complete one of the programs?
So all programs can start from 1 day to 6 months. So you can take a short-term program that 1 day or one that will last 6 months, depending on the certification.
Excellent. So, is it true that once a student completes one of your certificates that they're actually job ready and, can get a job right away?
Absolutely. All of our programs are designed to meet the workforce needs here in Connecticut at this time. So at the end of a program, a student can sit for their certification or national exam and be employment ready. We also offer a job skills course to help them move on to that process also. Many of our students are employed through their internship or clinical site.
Wow. So if a student comes to one of these programs, is there any financial assistance to be able to help them?
So there are various sources out in the Middletown area in our region that can help us funding. We have our SNAP program for people that are on food assistance. We also, if you're on SNAP or Husky, you can use maybe the American Jobs Center, or for 18 to 24-year-olds, our CRT program right down in downtown Middletown. We also have, through the state of Connecticut, the Career Connect portal, and you can go right on their website and find funding for that.
Excellent. So you're basically responding to the workforce needs of Connecticut, right?
Correct.
So, do you have anything that's new that's coming up, like anything new out there?
We have an amazing marine service program. It's a fundamentals of boat care, basically. You'll get your hands-on experience learning about carpentry, electrical, plumbing, boat maintaining. You'll also have an opportunity to get your boating license. This is a short 8-week course that is right here in Middletown, at Middlesex on campus, and then at a marina 1 day a week.
So where is that marina?
It's in Portland, over at the Portland Boat Works.
Well, excellent, excellent. Not too far away. That's awesome.
Nope.
So if a listener was interested in learning more or enrolling in one of the programs, how would they go ahead and get started?
They can go 2 ways. They can give us a call at 860-343-5865 and speak to anybody in the office, and they can help guide them through courses and through registering. Or they can go to our website, mxcc.edu, look up Workforce Development, and click on any of the programs for more information. To register for that program, they just have to click the big red box in the middle of the screen.
Excellent. That's pretty easy.
Yes.
Excellent. Michelle, thank you so much for being with us today. After a short break, we're going to come back and talk with 2 graduates of the Workforce Development programs to see just how their certificates have impacted their lives. We'll be right back.
In times of uncertainty, when everything changes, take control of your future at Middlesex Community College. Take courses to transfer or start a new degree. Middlesex is determined to help you succeed. Worried about paying? Save thousands on tuition over university costs, and flexible payment options are available. Take control of your future at Middlesex Community College, the way forward. Register now at mxcc.edu.
I chose Middlesex because they had a lot of different programs that I was interested in. For me, it was just easier to come here part-time and also keep my job. Middlesex, I would say, helped me get my foot in the door in the news business. The Center for New Media has all the stuff that I see daily at News 8 to be able to jump on and say, I have experience with a control room, I have experience with a TV studio. It's definitely a good choice.
Welcome back to Middlesex Moments from Middlesex Community College. I'm your host, Kim Hogan, and I'm joined here with Mike Vergati and Kathleen Kenkel, 2 of our workforce alums. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
So, Mike, I believe that I know that you earned a certificate in Skill Up for Manufacturing. Can you just tell us a little bit about what drew you to that program?
I was looking to change my life. I was doing retail for many years, just with the grind, having to work a lot of 60, 70 hours weeks, wasn't really having a life outside of my job, so definitely was looking to get a normal type of hours of 40, 45 hour.
Oh, excellent. Good. Okay. And so how long was your actual program?
Mine was 7 weeks.
7
I know some are 5 or 7, but it's really good how you could do that and get out and get into the workforce right
Okay,
away.
so in just 7 weeks, you earned a certificate.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Excellent. And so now, Kathleen, I think that your approach was a little bit different in the sense that you're continuing to work on something that we refer to as stackable credentials.
That's right.
So what was your first certificate?
So I first came for a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant.
Okay. And what kind of work does that get you?
So that allows you, you're going into care for patients in
Maybe like a nursing home
in
or
a nursing
something like
home
that?
or sometime
Hospital?
outpatient or rehab facilities, that sort of thing. And you're doing daily care of the patients who are there.
Okay, and then what certificate are you working on now?
Right now, I'm in phlebotomy, so we're doing blood draws
Okay.
on each other.
And some volunteers. That we're
And some
looking for-
volunteers as
look for,
well,
right?
yeah, if you can get those, but yeah.
Okay, and then what's the next step?
So the next step after this will be, I'm going to do a PCT, which is a patient care technician.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I always get
Yeah,
those
I know,
mixed up.
I get them
So
all mixed
patient
up
care
too.
technician,
Patient
excellent.
care technician, which is just the next step up from a CNA. You use your phlebotomy skills, you use your CNA skills, but
Hence the stackable credential,
hence-
right?
Exactly.
And so now what happens with your earnings potential?
They're increased. The more certification that you have, the more training that you have, you are at a higher, skill level. Your paycheck will be higher. So,
Will you work somewhere different as a patient care technician than if as a phlebotomist, or how does that work?
Yes, you can. Phlebotomy will get you in, say a Quest lab or something like that where you're just drawing blood all the time. A patient care, you're going into more situations similar to a CNA, but because you have more skills, you're allowed to do more tasks. You have more responsibility. But again, caring for patients and just in the healthcare, which is where I want to be.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when you guys were in class, was it more of like a hands-on experience, or was it more textbook? Mike?
Mine was definitely more hands-on. It did start with some lecture, just to give you some background about measurements and how to use the machine safely, but definitely just getting out there and getting your hands in it so you can learn it.
Okay, so you actually did work on some machines?
Oh yes, we used a Bridgeport as well as a lathe just to be able to learn how to cut into some metals as well as some plastics work with plastic mold injection machine, yeah.
So you actually worked on a machine that had
Yes.
that? Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
it was
That's really cool. And what was yours like, Kathleen?
So again, similar was we did, the textbook work. Initially with the CNA, it was online because we were still finishing up the pandemic portion of education. But then it jumped right into hands-on. We met at the campus 3 days a week. We worked with dummies initially, but then on each other. There's actual hospital beds, all the tools, all the paraphernalia that you would use in a nursing home, and we learned it hands-on. Additionally, with going out to an actual nursing home for like an intensive week with real patients, real experience to give you that hands-on.
So if I can ask you, what was your favorite part of the program? I don't know who wants to go first.
You could.
I love the hands-on. For me, I'm a great learner by doing. So, I can read, everything under the sun, maybe not retain it so much. Doing it is where it really, sunk in and made me realize, yes, this is what I want to do.
About how many students were in your class?
Both right now for phlebotomy as well as the CNA. They're nice small classes, very intimate, 9 or 10 students. So you're really getting a lot of practice. You're not waiting for 20, 25 people to finish doing something. You're right in there doing it. It's great.
And so, Mike, what was your favorite part?
I also love the hands-on. We had about 7 people in our class, so it was a lot of attention to one person at a time.
Okay.
So it was really good for that. I personally liked plastics, but I think it's really good for anybody to learn metal or plastic side. And again, just getting in there to get doing it is how you.
Did you have any manufacturing experience before you came?
No, I had
none.
Yeah, none.
No, I don't know because I heard you got hired right on the spot.
Well,
pretty much right on the spot?
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
much, yeah.
So can you tell us a little about that?
One of the teachers was plastics. The plastic instructor was the owner of a company who definitely picked some people that he thought were really good at it. So I thought he was a great teacher, and he really helped us understand and learn things. So.
And now you're employed.
Yes.
So
yes.
7 weeks, and now you're employed, and no more retail.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
So I guess it really is true that those job programs, really make you job ready. So if I could ask you each to answer this one, what would you say to those listening today thinking about, maybe taking one of our certificate courses? Mike,
take the step. If you're not going to do something, you're never going to get to where you want to go. If it's something you're interested in or something you want to learn to do, just try it out, and it's really good programs here.
Excellent. And what would you say, Kathleen?
I would agree. Don't be afraid to jump into a program here. They're not a long term. You don't have to spend 2-4 years in a university degree program. Here you get in 7-10 weeks you have a certificate. You're more employable than someone without that certificate. If it's something you're interested in, you have a whole future now. You can just keep building on that. So I think it's great.
So there you have it. That's candid response, and I really appreciate that. I want to thank both of you for choosing Middlesex for your educational goals here. And for those listening today, and if you're interested in learning more about continuing education and workforce development options, just like Mike and Kathleen, please visit our website at mxcc.edu/CE. Kathleen and Mike, best of luck to both of you in your future.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
me.
coming out today and being a part of our show.
Sure thing.
Thank you
for
very much.
having us.